Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow. Aaron Salah, who's a cultural practitioner here and a leader here in Hawaii. He's like part Samoan and part Hawaiian. And the va, when he explained it to me, is the relational space between us, right? So the va is the energetic space between us. And in these therapeutic spaces, they're always talking about the space between and so on. But the nice thing about this concept coming from Samoan culture is that there's word and actually tradition and culture around that.
Mhm.
So the term that I'm aware of is like teo leva, which is like tending to the va,
Mhm.
right? Because when that space between us is healthy, our relationship is healthy. And that va contains everything, right? Contains all our history, all of
Mhm.
our ancestry, all of the hierarchy, all the dynamics and everything inside of it. And when that's healthy, then we're healthy. Even in this conversation that we're having, I have parts tracking the conversation, but more than that, it's tracking the va.
Mhm.
Like, does this feel off? Do I have to ask permission? Am I gonna have to back out? You know what I mean? And that, especially in like this model of IFS, which is relationship,
Right.
is the biggest deal because if we take that concept internally, then it becomes also, am I tending the va within myself, me and my parts within myself? And when that's tended to, then the level of connection that's there opens up so many doors, right?
Totally agree. And, I think what we call self energy is somewhat comparable, but probably not exactly the same. It's interesting.
To me, the concept of self energy was like the spirit. In Hawaii, we refer to that as ha, right? So aloha. So alo is like in the presence of, and
Mhm.
ha is like the breath. It's like translated as breath, but it's like the spirit, right? When you first are born, you take that first breath, that's ha. When you die, that breath stops. That's ha. And in the greetings over here, back in the day, then the Native Hawaiians will greet each other by like forehead to forehead and nose to nose and share breath, like share ha, right? Whereas when the basic colonizers came and so on, and they stick the hand out to do the shaking of hand, which shows that I have no weapon in my hand, it's like no ha, right? So then that kind of like offset becomes, oh, that's ha oli, right? There's nothing there. There's no breath,
Huh.
right?
Well,
So
derivation of the term for howling.
yeah, so haoli, when people think, oh, it's all white people, it's not, right? It's no breath,
Interesting.
right?
No.
We're not sharing breath because there are Caucasian people that have way more ha and way more sharing ha around here than others. So that's when you kind of take it, I think, in a little bit more, deeper kind of level.
Yeah.
So va is like our space between us, and then the ha is our spirits and our breath kind of intermingling. So in a really
Oh,
ideal situation, it's your ha, my ha, and the va all being tended to. And that's when we feel that relational kind of bliss between us.
fascinating.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.